Okay, so once you have your design done, now you're ready to start gathering your supplies for your clay. One thing you're going to need is a rolling pin to roll out your clay, and your best friend, that little best friend that we made out of a paper clip. You're going to need that, and obviously your design. Now once you have all of those things, you're going to come to the front of the table, and I'll have clay cut for you, and you're going to take a hunk of clay. This clay luckily is already pre-wedged. So what you'll do is you're going to take this clay, we'll set our design and our best friend kind of out of the way here, and you're going to just simply start rolling out your clay in every direction, just like this. And you want this to be about as thin as your pinky finger. And let me zoom out here just a little bit. There we go. And so we're going to roll it more out lengthwise than we are up and down. So, meaning we're going to roll it more out this way than we are this way. But again, we don't want to get our clay too thin on the edges. And so we want to make sure that our clay is going to fit our design the whole way through, and that does. Now I'm just going to work on the thinness of this clay, the consistency all the way through the clay. And up here, I'm just rolling out a spot for the base. So, if that's our smoothness now, you gotta make sure you got enough room for all this. I'm gonna set this about right in here. I kind of like that there. Now we'll take our best friend, and we'll zoom down here on this for you. And we're going to just stick his leg straight up in the air, and we're going to cut straight through all this, just like this, off the end there. And I'm going to leave actually just a little bit extra there on the end, not much, but just this little extra right here. We'll peel that off. Now we got to do our circle for the base. So let's get this where you can see it. There we go. Now we're just going to cut around the circle for the base of this mug. Just like that. And we'll get to where we can get to it. We get access to it, so we'll take it, rip around it, and there's our base. And let's get our wall out. And here's our wall. All this extra clay we're going to bring up to the front and put it up in the front for recycle. Okay? Now, we've got our base and we've got our wall, and now what we need to do is we need to X out the very bottom here of our clay. We're just doing XXX here. We're really just kind of roughing it up. We can do little circles or scribbles too, just like this. And then we're gonna rough up the edge of this circle too, because we want all these edges to hook together, and it will. Decide which one we want on the inside. Then we're going to take our wall and we're going to start wrapping it around the outside of that shape. Now you're going to see we have a little bit of overlap here. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part and I'm just going to pinch it out, and I'm going to keep pinching it out and keep pinching it out and keep pinching it out until it's paper thin. Then we're going to let it go around the shape like this. We want to make sure everything is standing straight up and down for the mug. It is. Okay, so we'll peel that out. The inside of this one, we're going to pinch out paper thin. Okay, so we want this side to be pinched out paper thin too. So both ends of this wall is going to be paper thin pinched out. Then we're going to let it come back together like this. And now we're going to smooth it all together. We got to smooth up this inside. And we're going to smooth up this outside. If you notice, we have this seam to smooth out. And we're going to support it with our fingers on the inside and smooth it out on the outside. Some of this stuff that's unnecessary on here we don't need. Okay, we're going to take our time and really smooth this seam out so you can't even see it, like it wasn't even here. And this takes a little while to get it so it looks that way. And then we got to make sure all of our top is smoothed out and looks good the whole way through. We got to check on the inside, do the same thing to the inside of our clay. We're checking it out here like this and making sure that the inside of our clay is smoothed out as well. And then we got to be careful and flip it over. This is where it's tricky. And I like to put my hand inside like this to help support. And we're just going to wrap with my finger in there, giving it support. We are wrapping and sealing that wall to the base. And you'll see that crack as we're working that seam where the two clay meet each other right out. Just like that. And we want that smoothed out nice and thin and smooth. Not necessarily thin, but smooth. And then, once we have that taken care of, and get it all prepped and very nice and very the way you want it, then you can start to take your best friend and start to design your outside of your container, of your mug or container. Okay? That's how we make a basic container out of clay.